to innovate. This year, i3L holds SKINOVATION that allows our students to develop new skincare products for acne treatment and prevention. By exposing our students to the ideation and product development process, the student will get used to innovating so that when they enter the community, they can make a real contribution to the community through innovation.
Hello everyone, we are from
Dermis. We're going to introduce you about our product, which is
Bakuchiol Acne Fighting Serum.
But first, let's see how the product is made.
Let's go!
So here are the ingredients that we used. We have glycerin, bakuchiol, PEG40, phenoxyethanol, Camellia sinensis extract, butylene glycol, allium cepa bulb extract, allantoin, disodium EDTA, BHT, gluconolactone, hyaluronic acid, santan gum, rose water, and water. First, weigh the diluted rose water.
Next, disperse the santan gum and let it swell.
Meanwhile, weigh and mix the oil-based ingredients, which are bakuchiol, glycerin, PEG40, phenoxyethanol, and BHT. After all of the ingredients are dissolved, add the water phase into the oil phase.
Then, followed by mixing using homogenizer for 5 minutes.
Last but not the least, pour the serum into the packaging. And we're done!
Introducing Wabi-Sabi Kinseiki Gel Serum.
An acne fighter gel serum that uses plant extracts combined with good bacteria ferment aims to reduce sebum production, has anti-inflammatory effects on the skin, and improves skin barrier.
First, let me introduce you to the persons behind Wabi-Sabi. They are Felicia, Fanny, Regina, Cynthia, and Tifara.
Wabi-Sabi Kinseiki Gel Serum uses orthosiphon staminase that is able to combat acne through sebum secretion reduction. Furthermore, Moringa aloe vera, or known as Kelor, was also used due to its ability to possess anti-5-alpha reductase compounds.
Our product also uses coriander leaves that has antibacterial properties to fight acne. And we also add niacinamide that can fight hyperpigmentation.
Furthermore, our product uses bacteria extract, specifically Streptococcus thermophilus, which is able to boost ceramide production.
Now, join us to see how Wabi-Sabi Kinseiki was made.
First, we made a bacteria culture and transferred it into MRS broth. Then, we checked the bacteria using the gram staining and the OD measurement. After that, we took the cell pellet by washing it using PBS. And finally, we sonicate our bacteria to lyse its cells.
Moreover, we extracted our plant materials through grinding, maceration, solvent evaporation, and lastly, evaluate their phenolic and flavonoid contents.
Now we are going to show you how we made our gel serum. First, we prepared and weighed all of the ingredients needed. After that, we prepared the non-aqueous paste by mixing all of the plant extracts with the glycerin homogeneously, followed by butylene glycol and phenoxyethanol. Next, the aqueous paste was made by dissolving all of the water-soluble ingredients, niacinamide, butane, and the sodium EDTA in water. We also prepared the carbopol 940 by stirring the carbopol in 40 degrees Celsius water at 1150 rpm for 30 minutes until all of the powders mix and a gel consistency is obtained. After that, we pour the carbopol 940 gel into the mortar.
Then, we added the non-aqueous phase, as well as the sodium citrate and citric acid to make sure that our products will have a stable pH. After the ingredients are all homogeneous, the product can be transferred to the packaging, which is a 30-gram jar. In addition, we also evaluate our product's organoleptic, viscosity, pH, spreadability, microbial inhibitory, consistency, and stability.
And that's the long journey of making Wabi-Sabi Kinseiki Gel Serum.
Just Oh my god, my face is all messed up. This acne is killing me. Is there anything that I can do to fix this? I wonder what she just sprayed on. Satara is the first natural acne serum is manufactured in Indonesia using locally sourced ingredients. Kumis kucing extract, moringa aloe vera extract, papain, and niacinamide are among our key serum components. This formulation provides a protection against bacterial infection, hyperkeratinization, excessive sebum production, and inflammation, which are the four causes of acne. Targeting those who share deep love for our country and are environmentally conscious, by using Satara, you can indirectly contribute to our country's economy as well as reducing the carbon footprint. Satara is packaged in a spray bottle which will emit fine mist particles, ensuring convenience for its users. With its natural fragrance, Satara will make you feel like you're having a picnic with your loved ones. We emphasize halal and vegan on our product because we want everyone to feel secure so that everyone can try our product without worry and enjoy it to the fullest.
This product looks interesting.
Ken, what's going on?
I've been having trouble with my acne, but I don't think it's normal for men to take care of their skin by using skincare.
If you are interested, just try it, Ken. It's 2021 already, and those stereotypes are slowly breaking down. And I think all genders have equal opportunities to try skincare.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, Jis, I think you're using this too, right?
Yes, of course. I'm using it too.
What are you so hesitant about? I think it's normal for everyone to take care of their skin, right, Jis?
Yes, of course, bro. Don't worry about it. I know it's going to be unfamiliar at first, but it's going to be worth it, I'm slowly getting used to it.
So skincare is for everyone?
Yes, skincare knows no gender.
Because you?
And me? We are Satara.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Vincent Chandrawinata and I am so happy to be here with you tonight to share a little bit of my story when it comes to research, commercialization, and being in the market of skincare. I would like to extend my thanks to the faculty members who have invited me to be here tonight and allow me to talk a little bit about the experience that I have when it comes to product innovation, scientific formulation, as well as how to not only survive but thrive in this very competitive and saturated market. I thought for a while in terms of how I would like to start the talk, and I decided to start the talk by telling you a little bit about my childhood. My mom was a pastry chef, and this was a huge significant factor in me deciding what degree to study when I got to the university. I learned from a very young age the chemical reaction, the science behind how dough rises, or why do you have to beat the egg white to achieve soft peak or a hard peak, or how you temper and melt chocolate. And although my mom could not explain the science behind all of these reactions, it piqued my interest when it comes to why things the way that they are, and why when you mix certain substances or certain ingredients, the result will be one way or another. So I decided to study food science and human nutrition, and then added a food technology engineering degree on top of the bachelor degree. But the story actually continuing on from my interest in food and nutrition into more into more of a chemistry side of it. So I started to get really interested in terms of biochemistry, in terms of chemical reactions, and in 2010 I started a research. I led a research group that looked into the role of antioxidants in human health. It was a groundbreaking partnership between the University of Newcastle, Department of Primary Industries New South Wales, and Horticulture Australia. At the time, what we were looking at was how to create antioxidants that are compatible with our human biological system. In 2012, I invented a technology that allows us to extract and activate phenolic antioxidants in the form that our body can absorb and utilize. Before my technology came along, the glaring problem that all other methodologies face was that they could not extract antioxidant from natural sources without the use of chemical solvents, such as methanol, ethanol, acetone, or ether. Or the other way to create antioxidant is through the lab, through chemical synthesis. And the problem with these two methodologies is that when you start it off with chemical solvent that our bodies do not possess, you will end up with a result or an extract that when introduced into our biological system, our body will not know what to do with it, let alone absorb it optimally and utilize it. And that's the reason when we launched our product for the very first time in 2016, we call our product the most potent dietary antioxidants. Because, as a scientist, I didn't have a marketing degree or a finance degree or business degree. So as a scientist, I know we can scientifically define potency. Whereas if you look at other marketing taglines out there, they use the word the strongest, or the most awesome, or the most amazing, or the best antioxidants. Those are marketing words that cannot be scientifically defined. Whereas potency does not only refer to the phenolic profile and concentration, it also takes into account the absorption rate into our body. Without my technology, the absorption rate of phenolic antioxidants is usually between 3 to 5% only. When my technology is being applied in the extraction and activation process, it dramatically increases the absorption rate from 3 to 5% to up to 97%. And this is the reason why we call our antioxidant the most potent dietary antioxidant, because it doesn't only look into the phenolic types, phenolic concentration, but it also considers how well our body absorbs and utilizes these substances. Now you're probably wondering, what is the relationship between the antioxidants research and skincare? There's a little bit of a funny story behind that. So in 2016, after I finished my PhD in 2014, the university helped me to patent the intellectual property and technology that I developed during my PhD research, spending 2015 basically upscaling the production capability. And finally in 2016, I launched our very first product into the market. And at the time, it was only in one store in Sydney in Australia. I can't believe that from that one store, still can't believe it until today, from that one store, we now grow into 1,200 retail presence in Australia, and we are in 9 other countries globally. We have planned to expand further, not only in terms of our retail presence, but also international presence, as well as product range. But let's go back to AppSkin. AppSkin was first created because a customer of our antioxidant powder called us. So he basically suffered from a really severe sunburn and nothing worked. He tried aloe vera, he tried some other products, after sun gel or after sun cream, nothing worked. What he then did was mixing a little bit of water with our powder, making it into like a paste, and apply it onto his face. Immediately after he did that, it soothed and cooled and calmed down his inflamed skin. He called us, he asked if we can provide him with some sort of sample for cream, or if we have any cream. Having access to the lab, I very quickly created a cream which is basically just a very inert base. I think at that time I used sorbolin as a base, and then put our active ingredient, send it to him, and asking him, if you don't mind, please take pictures. And he emailed us back with pictures around about 5 days later, and even I at that time could not believe the significant improvement from day 1, day 2, and day 3. I think, in my personal opinion, his skin was better on day 3 after it got burned and being treated with AppSkin compared to his original skin before it got burned by the sun. And this is the reason why I love what I do, because activated phenolics, which is the active ingredients that I invented through my PhD research, is still very, very new. We are still playing around with it in terms of the application. And at that time in 2017, when I first discovered that activated phenolics can also be used topically on the skin to reduce inflammation. At its very core, what activated phenolics does is basically it helps our body cells to fight inflammation. So this is the reason why majority of our customers who take our supplements, they take it to treat pain, joint pain, muscle pain, or any form of inflammation, be it in their digestive system, or even their skin in the form of eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis. And in 2017, we discovered that applying activated phenolics in the liquid form as an active ingredient topically actually helps to reduce inflammation on the skin too, because essentially sun exposure is a exposure to radiation that inflames the skin, and activated phenolics being a substance with a very potent anti-inflammatory property helps to reduce that inflammation while encouraging the self-healing process by our connective tissues. So it helps to support our skin natural healing mechanisms. From then on, 3 months later, we started formulating and manufacturing, producing AppSkin for our commercial market. We launched AppSkin in around about June 2017, and it was probably even more successful than our original supplement product, because I feel that we really address the gap in the market in the way that you don't need 3 steps or 5 steps, or I mean some other brands even advertise their brand as a 7-step or 9-step skincare routine. Our skincare product and routine is very simple. We release one product that does it all. It helps with your skin tone, it helps with your skin texture, it helps to hydrate the skin, it helps to reduce inflammation on the skin, and we were really proud being able to achieve that. And as a scientist, I feel that it is my contribution to the world in terms of helping them to be healthier. The reason why this is a very important thing for me is because the first ever person who benefited from activated phenolics was my grandma. In 2012, when I went back to Indonesia, my grandma was suffering from really severe arthritic pain on her knees. She didn't want to undergo knee replacement surgery. So what happened was that my grandma, from someone who was very, very active to someone who was basically being imprisoned by her pain. My grandma used to be a ballroom dancer when she was young. So this pain on her knees did not only affect her body but also her mind. So I offered her to try our substance, the substance that I created in the lab, and she said yes. She tried for 3 months. After 3 months, she visited me and my sister in Sydney, and she was walking 5 kilometers. And she told me at the time that what I gave her was not just the substance or the sample or the vitamins, whatever you call it. What I gave her was that a new life, because she could move without pain. She is still moving without pain, and that gave her her life back. And that is the reason why I named my company Renovatio. Renovatio in Latin means new life, and it is our vision to give people a new life in the way that they can be healthier and happier, and they can be, you know, when it comes to the skin, I sincerely believe that skincare should not only address vanity aspects of the skin. A good skincare should be therapeutic. It should make your skin healthier. It, as a bonus effect, obviously you will start to see improvements in terms of appearance, in terms of lines, in terms of reduction of spots, in terms of lifting, texture, and all these vanity aspects. But at its very core, in my opinion, a good skincare should be therapeutic. It should give you a healthier skin. It should give you a skin that can be a good barrier for your body, because 70% of our immune system actually resides on our skin. That's the reason why there has been a lot of interest and focus onto the aspect of skin microbiome, because now more and more we know that our skin is basically a living organism in the way that it reacts to what you put onto it. It reacts to how you're treating it. So simply addressing the vanity aspects, if you have a skincare or if you are thinking of developing a skincare that just simply addressing the vanity aspects, I think you should think more holistically in terms of the health aspect as well. Having a product that works, having this huge response from our customers in terms of how our products have changed their lives really is the key point to our success. I said to you before just now that in 2016 we started from one small shop in Sydney, Australia, one small shop, and then we grew into now being in the largest retailer in Australia as well as 9 other countries. It makes me happy because obviously this is a profitable business, but more than that, it makes me happy because it fulfills my dream as a scientist, which is to help people using what I know. And through this product range, I can finally say that I definitively help making people's life better. And going to work every day knowing that you do good in this world truly makes a difference in terms of your motivation, in terms of keeping your integrity intact, and also innovation, because we always think of a way how to address people's problem, not only skin but also health problem. How do we make people's life easier? How can we make people's life more enjoyable? A large proportion of our customer base is of older age, and having, my parents, my grandparents in that age group, I really want to make sure that they can still enjoy life even though they are more advanced in age. And this is really important because knowing the purpose of my company helps to guide me whenever, when things gets rough, for example, or when you're doing a deal with other companies, or when you are entering a new market, or when you are innovating and creating new products. Having purpose as a business is probably one of the most important factors in determining your success. Because if you don't know how to focus your energy, I think you can have a lot of energy, you can have a lot of resources, but if you don't know how to use them, you'll end up wasting them. And this is the reason why I think knowing what you want to do in terms of having a company or a brand or a skincare range or a supplement range or whatever it is in life, you need to know what you want to do. What do you want to achieve in terms of doing what you do? And I am very, very lucky and fortunate that I had that experience with my grandma. I had that almost like an epiphany in terms of what I want to do with my life. I always knew that I want to help people. That was the reason why I went into science. But I also got an awakening because majority of people who go into research, they finish their research, they write a paper and they publish it, or their thesis just being left in a store in the library collecting dust. I feel that research should be out there. Research should be on the shelves, making an impact, taking action to help people. That is the very core of being a scientist. And I'm very, very happy that I am doing that every day. I feel that, when someone asks me what would be my advice when it comes to people who want to start their own business, especially scientists, especially people whose background probably is not necessarily in business, I would say do it. There is a reason why people say being an entrepreneur is being a doer. You can have a dream. I am in full support of people having dreams because everything starts with a dream. But you also have to be a doer. You can't wait for your big breaks. People ask me when I got into Woolworths, which is the largest supermarket in Australia, and people thought that was our biggest break, but which is true. But I wouldn't have had that if I didn't have that one store in Sydney in 2016, and which grew into like 15 stores, which then grew into 30 stores, and then now we're in 1,200 stores in Australia. You need to celebrate your small wins. And just because your win is not as big as what you hope for, it doesn't mean that it ends there. Everything that you do in business, everything that you invest in your startup, in your company, as long as you do it correctly, as long as you do it with integrity, I think that it will pay off in the future. You are building the stair to the staircase. So you are building a platform to launch you higher, to launch you bigger. I can't speak a lot from the business perspective because, as I said, I don't have a business degree. I don't even have an MBA. I basically just learning it by doing, which I think is probably not a bad idea, because not a bad thing, because if I were to train in the business aspect of a company, or if I was too well versed in terms of finance or marketing, I would probably have more hesitations and doubts in terms of making a decision or launching into actions. I think there's a little bit of the element that I didn't know a lot, I still don't know a lot. There's a little bit an element of taking a leap of faith. And sometimes in business you have to do that. Sometimes in life you have to do that. You have to take a leap of faith, launching yourself into the unknown and hope for the best. The only thing that you can do is you make a calculated decision. You make an informed decision, which means that you have to put in the work. You have to do the study. You have to listen to people. You have to read books. You have to read articles online. You have to do all of this hard work to make sure that you are well equipped and well prepared to make those decisions. I feel that you know the saying, work smarter, not harder. I feel that nowadays with internet, high-speed internet, with access to informations, with all of these apps and software and all of this high technology, everybody is well equipped to work smarter, but not everyone is well prepared to work harder. So I consider myself as someone who works really hard. I have been working very hard since my academic years, since my scientist years, and I feel that it is very important to set you apart from other people. Don't forget, everybody has dreams. Everybody has goals. The difference is that whether you are willing to take that first step, commit to that journey, do your work to achieve them. And if you don't do it, if you don't put in the work, it means that you don't believe in your dreams. And if you don't believe in your dreams, how can you expect or demand other people to believe in your dreams? It is your dream. My mom used to tell me that, Vincent, it's okay if other people do not understand your dreams. It is not their job to understand it. It is your job because it is your dream. As long as you understand it, then everything's going to be okay. Understanding your dream means that you're prepared to put in the work, to invest your time, to do all this background work that many people do not see. But I tell you what, even though people do not understand your dreams, they will one day when you are successful, because people understand success. And that is the only way for you to convince people of your dream, by being successful. Being successful can be measured from financial point of view, so from how much money you're making, or how big is your operation, or in how many countries you actually sell your products, or how many product line do you have in your range. But for me, success, I measure success in terms of fulfilling my goal or fulfilling the mission of my company, which is to help people. Every single person that tells me their life has been changed by taking my product every day, that is a success. When you see people who comment on our Facebook saying that 2 weeks ago I couldn't walk across the lawn, last Monday I mowed the lawn, that is a success for me. Of course you need money, you need to make profit to run the company, to grow the company. But when it comes to enjoying what you're doing, I think having that moral value and moral compass really helps. I hope one day Renovatio will be not only a multi-million-dollar company, but a multi-billion-dollar company. And I hope even when we are that rich, that financially successful, we will still hold this value intact in terms of helping people. And that is the reason why I named the company Renovatio. Even though when we first launched, in the first 6 months, people thought that we're either a construction company or a design interior company, because people thought it was renovation. That's okay. And people thought that, oh, it's such a bad business idea to name your company with a word that most people can't pronounce, most people can't write. But I think it's very important, because when it becomes a multi-billion-dollar company, when I see the brand, when I see the product, when I see the company building, it says Renovatio, I will always remember the reason why I founded the company. The other thing that I want to mention is that I believe in the luck factor. Maybe a lot of people hate that word luck. Maybe a lot of people do not believe in luck, be it good luck or bad luck. I believe in the good luck factor. And I think this is the way that the universe works, to keep you from being arrogant. As much as I think I'm so smart or I'm so advanced, I'm the hardest working person I know, I have to admit that there is a lot of things that happen in my life, or be it personal or professional lives, I credit to good luck, and I credit it to the help that I received from many people who have shown me kindness. I believe that being kind is very important. You have to spread kindness. I read this quote a long time ago, and it says that if you can only do one thing today, if you can only do one thing, be kind. And it is important to help people whenever you can, because where you are today, like it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, a lot of people paved the way for you. And if you can do that, if you can pave the way to make someone's life easier, do that. Because, you know, if you can only be one thing, be kind. And on that note, I would like to leave you with one last message. When it comes to choosing the perfect timing to start your business, to start your career, to start your dream, don't wait for the perfect time. Perfect time doesn't exist. The right time is whenever it is that you think it is right. When you start a business, the moment that you start it, that's the right time. That's the perfect time. The moment that you begin something, the moment that you launch your dream, that's the right moment. That's the perfect moment. Because at the very least, you can say that this is my day one, instead of saying one day I will do it. So that's it. I think that's all that I can share. If you would like to connect with me, you can add my Instagram at AskDrVincent, or you can connect with me through LinkedIn. If you would like to hear more about what I do, you can go to anapple-a-day.com.au, or simply Google my name, Dr. Vincent Chandrawinata, on Google. Hopefully tonight has given you a little bit of a snapshot in what I do, and hopefully my sharing can help you to have you know, a fresher, maybe not necessarily better, but a fresher perspective when it comes to merging science and business. With that, I bid you a very good night, and thank you so much again for having me tonight.